So I was reading a book recently called Hacking the Human Mind, and there was this study in it that completely stopped me in my tracks. I found it incredibly fascinating. So researchers took two groups of people and they gave them the exact same food to taste. It was the same recipe, the same ingredients, it was identical in every possible way. But here is what they changed between the two groups. They told the first group beforehand that the food was healthy, and then they told the second group nothing about it. And when they asked people to rate how the food tasted, the group that was told that it was healthy, well, they ranked it significantly lower in taste. But what was interesting is that nothing changed about the food. The only thing that changed was their expectation going in because they had been told that it was healthy. And that expectation literally altered their experience of reality, of how the food tasted. Now, this is called expectation assimilation. And if you're an ADHD type entrepreneur, this mechanism is quite literally destroying your business and your relationship with yourself at the same time. Now, let me explain what's actually happening here. Expectation assimilation is when your brain adjusts your experience to match your expectations rather than experiencing reality as it actually is. So it's a psychological defense mechanism that we all have. And it's because humans hate something called cognitive dissonance. Now, cognitive dissonance is that distorted, uncomfortable feeling that you get when something you believe in very strongly doesn't actually align with reality. It's essentially the sensation of your world being completely turned upside down. Your mind is scrambling, trying to make sense of two conflicting pieces of information. And your brain will do almost anything to avoid that feeling. So instead of rejecting the expectation when reality doesn't match it, your brain does something way more insidious. It reshapes your perception of reality to fit the expectation. So in the food study, people's brains essentially said, well, I expect healthy food to taste worse. Therefore, this food tastes worse because I know that it's healthy beforehand, even though objectively it didn't. The expectation that they had altered the experience. And this same mechanism is playing out in your business every single day. So here's where this gets dangerous for ADHD type entrepreneurs specifically. Well, you're walking around carrying a massive load of expectations about how you should operate, both personally and in your business. And here's the thing. You likely didn't choose those expectations. They probably came from watching other founders online who seem to have got their shit together, from business coaches who built their entire brand around consistency and discipline, and from comparing yourself to people who are running on a completely different operating system to you. Because the expectation that most entrepreneurs carry is this. You should essentially work like a factory worker. You should be doing 8 to 9 hours a day, maybe even 12. You should maintain a consistent level of output across that entire period. You should be productive every single day without fail. You should post consistently, follow up consistently, execute consistently, day in, day out, like clockwork, no matter what. That's the expectation. That's what we all see online all of the time. But here's your actual reality. You're not a factory worker.